Okay, a very warm welcome. And today I want to share with you how to be a great leader. And this is a common question which I'm keeping on getting from different owners, leaders from different parts of the world. So I want to share some of the insights which has helped leaders become high performers, but at the same time has helped companies grow multifold. Our help companies grow 20-fold, up to 20-fold. And I want to share with you the complete breakdown as to what you need to do to be a great leader. So what I want to do is, first and foremost, I just want to share with you some challenges, common challenges that I see out there. And by the way, it doesn't matter whether you're a small startup, medium-sized company, or a large company. It doesn't matter which part of the world. You'll find these quite impact-driven. The biggest challenge I'm seeing that we are facing right now is this increased costs. With this war going on at this particular time of recording, we all know about the uncertainties and the war that is taking place between Ukraine and Russia and what's happening worldwide. That has really escalated the costs. And this is a core concern which very many businesses face. And recently I was coaching a CEO and he was asking me, Vijay, how can I really sustain my business? How can I really make a profit? How can I really, retain my talent as well? So this is one of the biggest challenges which very many businesses face. The second is, of course, there's this market uncertainty with AI, with disruption, with digitization, with what is going on. It's now very difficult and it's become very volatile. So there's this market uncertainty. Today you might be having some good sound clients, but tomorrow one or two of them may pull out because of certain efficiencies or because of certain elements which you had not seen. And this can really be very concerning for businesses globally. The third challenge is a big one, and this is change in leadership. And what I've seen is in companies, when there is a change in leadership, and when I'm talking about leadership, it could mean any senior position, there is this discomfort, there's unease amongst the team, and this can really disrupt the whole culture. And we know that culture plays a pivotal role in any business. And so whenever there is this change in leadership, it can cause a lot of concerns overall within your team. I remember in one particular company, there was this manager who was promoted to a senior position, and I was in the board, and I had one or two of the managers come up to me and say that why was I not selected for that particular position. So that change of leadership can really cause imbalance in the processes, in the growth of organizations. Now, this is a big one, and this is employee disengagement. And there's a research I was reading the other day is that about only 33% of employees feel they are engaged. So this is a key component. Again, there's this disconnect, the dots are not really connected, and employee disengagement can really be a very costly affair in your particular business. And the other key challenge is innovation stagnation. So we've all heard about cases of BlackBerry, Nokia, what happened to Kodak. And this is when, businesses don't really pivot, or rather they don't really adapt to circumstances and changes as to what is happening. And this is a reality which I see in very many businesses. And the whole reason is that these leaders have a fixed mindset. We will be talking more on the mindset element, but this is where the key challenge is. So now what I want to do is, I now want to go into a step-by-step framework which is going to help you to become a great leader in 2025 and beyond. And this is the impact model. Now, before I go into the impact model, I just have one request. Please like, subscribe, comment, share this video, and hit the notification bell, because I'll be rolling out more impact-driven videos on company growth, leadership, board excellence, and mindset as well. So would appreciate if you can like and subscribe to this particular channel. Okay, let's move to the impact model. Impact stands for intention, mindset, people, accountability, cost leadership, and traction. So let me go into the first one. And great leaders, if you look at Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or, even the most prominent leaders out there, they have a clear intention. So there are two elements to it. The first is why your company exists and why do you do what you keep on doing. So those are the two reflections you need to work on. One is on your own personal journey as well as the company. So you need to ensure that you have the clear why, which is the deeper purpose. But the second element is have those collective intentions at the top. Whatever your intentions are, whatever your growth intentions are, you all have to be on the same page. This is one of the biggest missing links in very many businesses. You want to be a high performing leader, this is one of the core components you need to start working on. And I promise you, within 3 to 6 months, you will see the impact, you will see the results, you will see the momentum change as well, you will see the needle move. So this is a core component. Work on the intention element, and you just need to make sure that there is clarity at the top. Clarity is where the power is, clarity is where the impact is. Let's move to the second one, which is, of course, the mindset, my dear friends. Now, remember I told you about the story of Nokia, BlackBerry, Kodak. These leaders, in my opinion, had a fixed mindset and they didn't see the road ahead. If you want to really succeed, you need to adapt. You need to have a growth mindset. You need to make sure that you're open to experiments as well moving forward. So you have to take those bite-sized experiments. And one business owner asked me and he said that, look, you're talking about experiments, but I need cash for it. Where do I get the cash from to really experiment? And that's a very good question. And it's a real challenge which very many businesses face. And here's the thing, what you need to do is start building a buffer, whether it's 2% every month or whether it's 5% every month. Have a contingency in place, which you can then use for research, development, and experimentation. But this is going to empower your team. It is going to lead to breakthroughs. So make sure you have these experiments in place, which leads me to the third point, which is the people point. Now, when we are talking about people, your people are your greatest return on investment. Your people are your greatest assets. And here's the reason why. Because there's no limit to the potential of capability that you can tap into. It's all about elevating intelligence, sharpening intelligence, and coming up with co-creating models. So the people element is key. You need to recognize your people, you need to appreciate your people, you need to incentivize them as well. And you need to have that vulnerability within yourself. As leaders, you need to be authentic and vulnerable. So, because you don't have all the answers, we have to be vulnerable along the way. But authenticity is going to build trust amongst your people. So your people pipeline is very, very key. And whenever I ask team members, what is it that you see as a concern or what is it that you don't like about this particular company, and they say that we don't get the recognition we deserve. And this has been a common pattern that I see. So recognizing your team members is a key component. Moving to the next one is accountability. Before I move into accountability, look, I have a whole program. It's the impact model, and it's an end-to-end program which covers mindset mastery, covers board excellence, covers company growth, revenues, profits, and all the elements that you require to really become a high-performing leader. At the same time, really help your business to grow. So there's a link below. Check it out. It's an award-winning program, and you get a bundle of programs, by the way, with this particular deal. So check the link below and you'll get more details. Let's move forward to accountability. Now, if I ask for an orange, and you give me an apple, what does that mean? That means that I was not clear in my communication. You have to make sure that there is clear accountability. It's all about ownership, and ownership comes from self-discipline to begin with. So you need to have that discipline within yourself to really make an impact, and you need to have the right systems in place. There's no secret to success, but there's a system to success. Similarly, as far as accountability is concerned, roles and responsibilities, making sure that you don't have two bosses. I've seen this happening in businesses, in mid-sized organizations, small businesses, large organizations. They have two bosses, or there's role duplicity, there's fuzziness when it comes to the responsibilities, and responsibilities evolve over time. So you have to make sure that accountability piece is there in place. And accountability is all about owning up to the outcomes. You see, whatever the outcomes are, it's owning up to those particular outcomes. The next point, which is very important, is cost leadership. So we were talking about one of the key concerns as increase in costs. Now, cost leadership itself, what it's all about is we're not penny pinching, but what we are doing is we are looking into efficient mechanisms to really improve your processes, to really look into where you can cut costs as well, and where there could be leakages. So this is from a strategic standpoint altogether. And here's the mindset that you need to have. Make sure you maximize resources, return on time, return on energy, return on all the assets as well. And you need to do an appraisal. So conduct a cost appraisal, and in many instances I've seen over 90% that there is a cost saving. So my challenge to you and my request to you is make sure you do this cost appraisal today. And you don't need to hire anybody to do this. You can have your internal people to do this, come up with a breakthrough. What I do with companies is that we take up this 3-hour immersive session, and we go through all the expenses. Again, it depends on the size and complexity of organizations. But here's the thing, is that we come up with this 3-hour immersive session, and we go through and dissect all the costs. Prior to that, we have a planning process, and everybody is prepared. So that is what we do. So you could come up with some similar concept for your particular business and see where you can eliminate certain leakages without really compromising standards. And that leads me to the final point, my dear friends, and that is traction. And this is where the rubber meets the road. So under traction, what you need is you need to have KPIs and feedback. So make sure you have clear key performance indicators. Everything must have some tangible elements tied to it as much as possible. So make sure you have those KPIs and you have clear feedback mechanisms. Once you have that, what happens is you'll be able to tweak your approach and course correct accordingly. Another point is emotional intelligence. So for your people and for your executive team, doesn't matter whether you're a startup, small, medium, large organization, but here's the thing, sharpen your emotional intelligence. And it's all about reflections, self-reflections, being in other people's shoes as well, finding out, working on your mindset as well. So this is a core component, and if you have that emotional intelligence in place, you'll be able to detect patterns as well. You'll be able to detect signals as well moving forward. So work on that particular element. The other point, right now, you have the biggest opportunity to grow, to scale up, to really do a lot of things. We know this as a reality, and that is data and digitization. So you have data, you have digitization. With AI, everything has changed, and the opportunity has grown multifold for businesses to really scale up. So take advantage of it and analyze. You'll be able to analyze better rather than just keeping on using your gut, which will help you to make better decisions moving forward. And the final point, I want to leave you with this one story, which is the koi fish analogy, which I want to share with you. And that is, if you take a koi fish, and put it in a fish bowl, the koi fish is going to grow only 2 inches. But take that same koi fish and put it in a river and it will 12 inches. Why is that? It's because the koi fish has to evolve. There are risks when the koi fish is in the river of it being eaten by larger fish. So the koi fish has to evolve. Similarly, you and I, we need to evolve our capabilities. So every 3 months, regularly assess what you are doing. Delegate certain tasks and evolve your capabilities. It's about upskilling. So you need to upskill and you need to evolve. That is the whole recipe, which I call progression to excellence. And that is going to lead you to the growth, to the success that you need. And you just need to step up your game accordingly. Look, my dear friends, I hope you found this video useful, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you very much. Bye for now.